slap, slap, grab, choke. Natural selection and evolution would have taken care of all your fucking retard ancestors. But yet here you are, standing in my face saying you don't eat gluten. Who calls the police on a fucking joke? Cat owners. Cat owners are liberals. Cat owners believe in hate speech. Cat owners are Democrats. Cat owners are dickheads. Yes, you fucking do. Look like a bitch. No, I'm not like these fucking mask wearers. No.
I'm so excited to do this one. If any of you have been around YouTube the past 2 to 3 months, you'd have seen this Donny on your For You page. And I can't lie to you, this man is the most hilarious human being I've ever seen on YouTube in a long, long while. But can he actually kickbox? What we saying here? What we saying here? 30 out of 40 fights in 3 different sports. Not bad, Andrew. Not bad. Not bad. Pretty good, actually. You gotta think about how many Donnies just take 1 L and never recover. So what I do have with me here is Andrew's first fight against this person called Cosmic Lingurar. Bro, what are these names? Anyway, this is the first one that came up on my recommended. So, you know, it might be good, it might be bad. I haven't even seen. I'm going to show you my analysis as I'm looking at it right now. So this guy is looking a little bit chunky, I must say. He's looking a teensy bit chunky. But it's okay, you know. Yeah, no, Andrew looks in much better shape. He starts with a kick, but he does pull back. And he does seem to get a little bit shaken. But he does tie him up, which is really nice. That's what you want to do when you have a high pressure fighter. You want to tie him up. You want to actually get close to the fighter instead of pulling away. Because when you pull away, you're encouraging them to come more forward. But if you tie them up, that means they can't do anything. So you're just slowing them down. You're making the rhythm yours. And that's what Andrew Tate's doing. That's pretty good. But this guy, the opposition, very wild hands. You know, very wild hands. Someone from the get-go could immediately do that. Maybe Andrew was just a little bit surprised all of a sudden. Because, you know, this guy's ego's off the roof. I don't know how... I mean, I've never actually seen him fight. But so far, he seems to be kind of like, yo, what the hell is going on? But, you know, I would do exactly the same. I would be like, hold on, chill. What's going on? So you can see that coming from him. Cool. Now, the thing is, Andrew actually seems to be taller here by quite a significant margin, which I'd assume he also has a longer reach. So what he wants to do is keep him on the back foot, because then what he doesn't want the smaller fighter coming inside to where his range is actually viable. But what we're seeing here is Andrew's losing a lot more of his legs than his opponent, which I'm assuming is good because, you know, he's the taller person, so he's going to have the longer legs. He's able to hit from far. But right now, it doesn't seem very clean. I'm not going to lie. Okay, that was a nice head movement. Very nice head movement. Andrew seems very poised to kick. And his opponent seems very sluggish. Very nice. Now, the thing is, obviously that didn't look as clean as you'd want it to be. It never really looks picture perfect, but Andrew's pullback, that was a very nice pullback, very instinctive, but very, very well executed because he countered quite well. Now the thing is, what Andrew actually wants to do is instead of walking him down, just kind of keeping him at arm's length, but also keeping his arms up, because what he doesn't want to do is encourage him to walk in, because, you know, when you keep your hands down, you're obviously kind of giving them away that you're kind of relaxed, and maybe a more intelligent opponent could use that to his advantage. Seems to be a lot of tying up, which is good from Andrew's side, because obviously he doesn't want him too close and too far at the same time. But it seems like his tying up game isn't as good here. He doesn't seem to tie him up very well. Maybe because this... From what I can tell, though, it seems like this man, Andrew Tate's opposition, I'm just going to call him Carlos because it's similar to Cosmic and he looks Mexican. Honestly, it looks like he's going to tire out this round. Carlos, he looks finished. No gas. And you see that repeated work to the body, Andrew Tate, yeah, he's going to start feeling that. It's good. He's going to start slowing him down later in the rounds. I remember watching a Mike Thurston video with Andrew Tate, and he was talking about that. And I can see why it came so naturally to him to try and give that advice, because he's just been using it. But not to take any credit away from Carlos. Carlos seems very, very active. But he does seem very jittery though. He seems quite jittery, but he is very much the aggressor, and Andrew Tate seems to be the one reacting. But we have Carlos dropped. I don't know if that was because he slept or something to that degree, but it seems like Andrew Tate's going in for the kill. That was a good knee there. Very good knee, actually. You can see Carlos has pulled back on the brakes a little bit, but he's still going in for the big swings. Now, the problem with this approach is that it's high risk, high reward, but you tend to be a little bit more sloppy. So that means your opponent can read you better, and you can do kicks like those. That Spartan kick, that was very clean by Andrew. Oh, very nice slips. Oh, the head movement is there for sure. Definitely there for sure. Andrew Tate's head movement is definitely where he needs it to be, especially for a fighter like this who swings wildly. And the round begins, and it seems like Carlos is back to his big swinging, and he actually caught him. He caught Andrew quite nicely there, but the thing is, he catches him, but if you watch carefully, he catches him with a slap. And the thing is, the problem with this is the judges never really like to see slaps. They really want to see full. You see that it was more like, it was like a rounded slap, which doesn't necessarily do well in the judges' favor, but it does win over the crowd because they see a nice connection. And even though it's not clean, and even though Andrew doesn't actually feel much because you can't generate any power from that kind of punch, it still looks nice for the fans. And you know, if you've got a slapper against a solid fighter, then what happens is there tends to be a lot of robberies because, well, subjectively, quote unquote robberies, because the crowd looks and they see, oh my god, look at the amount of hits he's doing, but they're all slaps. And the judges can see that because they're the ones up close, and you know, the fighter feels it and he doesn't feel anything. So it just makes for a good show, but it doesn't actually, it takes away from the okay. It seems like Andrew is definitely much more on the reactive side. He's always waiting for his opponent to do something. But what you would want to do for someone like Andrew is to be the one not reacting, but being the proactive one, being the one who's always setting the pace, because you're the taller fighter, you want to set the pace. You see, for someone like Carlos, because he's smaller, he wants to be the one moving in on the inside. He wants to be the one reacting. But since he's not getting any of that, he's moving in on his own whim. And sure, he's getting counterpunched and whatnot, but he's getting what he wants anyway. He's getting on the inside. He's getting to where Andrew is. And you can see that now. Even though he missed, he's still making that progress of working towards moving into the body. But Andrew's defense does seem very solid, although his stance doesn't seem very secure. It seems like his legs, he falls on them quite a lot in terms of falling over them and whatnot. Especially, well, I mean, given an opponent like this who swings very wildly, you know, I guess that's a given. But you know, for any wannabe fighters or anyone looking to, you know, generate actual power from their punches, you always want to start with the base and the legs, and I'm sure Andrew agrees with this as well. But obviously, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face, and that was what happened. Is what happens. That's what happens when you become proactive. That is, you can see the direct effect of him immediately moving and aggressing onto his opponent. You can see now Carlos understands that, you know, it's serious business, and that's it. It's a stoppage. You know, I think all in all, Andrew is quite a good fighter. His defensive movements very good defensive movements. But his offense, I mean, it's hard to say because this is the only fight I've ever actually seen him fight on, and you know, he could be a completely different fighter in any other ones. But you can see the aggressiveness. I don't know about hitting behind the head, but you know, boxing's a dirty sport. Well, it's a lot cleaner than MMA, but regardless, you can see the second he starts aggressing, you know, Andrew starts winning. And I think that's the key takeaway here. If you're a taller fighter, you want to be the one who's controlling the pace of the fight. But for someone like Carlos, he wants to be the one that's slipping. He should be the one that has more defense. But regardless, can't take anything away from Andrew. The guy's hilarious. He can sell tickets. He can sell, stories, and he can sell a fight. Not bad. Nothing to take away from him. I'll see you guys in the next video.